Assalamu alaikum. Hello, guys. In this podcast, we will try to discuss for the people who are here in Romania living legally and working. But later on, when the new law is implemented after 6th of August, they want to change the job. Or they do not want to change the job, but the employer says that my company is closed, go away. I don't need you anymore. What are the conditions for that guy to change the job? By the way, I will tell you in this video that we already made the videos on the topic that who is able to register the agency here in Romania, what are the conditions, in what conditions they have to do their agency, and who are the authorized employers here in Romania where you can change the job. I mean, you are directly companies who are able to hire the foreigners. And we also talked about the new law. Okay, and we also talked in the video why did government of Romania needed to change this law. All these videos are on my YouTube channel. Please have a look on them. To assist with this schimbare angajator in Romania, as we say, and in English we say change of employer. To assist in this topic, I have Andrea with me. Hi, Andrea.
Hi, Ijaz.
As we were talking about the new law, that
Yes.
new law, as we checked both of us, of course, and it never mentions what will happen to the schimbare angajator once their employer. Of course, nobody will try to change the job in these days once they know that it's very
No.
difficult to get a
But
work
this
permit.
means other abuses will appear. So I'm not paranoid in any way, but I know how the mentality of the Romanian employers is. I read more than once regarding exchange of employer, and I didn't find what will happen after 7 of August, as you mentioned. For sure, they will have the 3 months time frame
Of
to
course.
change employer, but that means that they have to find a new employer, and they have to make sure that that employer is authorized and remains authorized until the issuance of the labor contract or paper, whatever it will be, work permit, how they will name it. I think it will lead to lots of people being illegal. Or, as you say, nobody will change employers. They will remain with the same employer. They will have to face no increase in the salary because they will be afraid that they will not find any other job. They will have most probably to work over shift just to perform properly so that they don't lose that job. And more such illegal activities from employers. I don't think they will pamper the foreigners under these conditions because everybody saw what happened when the Romanian employer had power with 1 year of obligation to work without giving a release letter. How many Romanian employers ask for money in order to give the release of letter? I know many. You also probably know many. So it leads to abuse. Wherever there is power, we also have abuse. And now the ordinance and the law is putting a lot of power in the hands of the employers and very less power in the hands of the foreigners.
On the one more question that arises in my mind, that we already talk about agency, about bringing the workers from foreign
Yes.
countries, but does all this security of 2,000 euros, for example, if I'm an authorized employer, I want to have a schimbare angajator, I'm not bringing from zero, does that condition implements on me?
So, what I've seen is that it's not only 2,000 euro, it's 3,000 euro in total. Because the authorized employer, the one that can actually hire independently, the law obliges him to pay on one hand 1,000 euro per foreigner. And this is the first guarantee that's mentioned in the law. And this is to cover cost regarding the return in the home country. And what is mentioned here, the accommodation, the meals, if probably they are going to be kept in custody. But, and also this guarantee is mentioned, it will cover any fine that the employer will have. But afterwards, another article, so this is an independent article in Article 13, and another article, the 14, mentions that the ANEOFM, with the workforce app, has the right to request 2,000 euro per person regarding to remove the foreigner from the country. So we have two different costs that are covered with different fees. One is 1,000 euro, another one is 2,000 euro. My opinion is that for an authorized employer that can hire independently, they have to put aside for each foreigner that they have on their payroll 3,000 euro.
But I think that this 2,000 euros is on the base of, for example, if a foreigner comes and he commit crimes here in Romania, and the Romanian government, we have seen some
Not
cases in which
necessarily crime. Think the following scenario. You hire that person. That person leaves from you for different reasons. Maybe he finds another employer, or maybe he doesn't want to work. He becomes illegal. At some point, the Romanian government will have to take him back to his home.
Yes.
Even if it is after 1 month, 2 months, 3 months. The
Or a
question
year.
is, 1 year. When will it stop? Probably in the deadline of 3 or 5 years that applies for a time bar.
yes,
When we talk about authorities. But you can expect that the government can ask money from you as a company, even after a long time, for a foreigner that you used to have in your payroll, just because the government had to pay for taking him out of the country.
yes.
And this is what is mentioned, that in principle, any authorized employer has to pay around 3,000 euro in case a worker doesn't remain with that company. But how can you control a worker to remain with your company? We already know that Romanian employers used to keep passports, TRCs. I heard a lot of methods to keep the employees by force, and it still didn't work. So people run away even without passport, or even without TRC, even without their luggage. So a lot of you cannot control what it is in the mind of a person.
Yes, but we are strictly talking about here about schimbare angajator.
With schimbare angajator, there is no coverage in the law. Nobody in the I didn't see any clause to say what's going to happen, how they have to do. Probably they have to find themselves either an agency or this kind of authorized employer. How they will have to monitor the list of jobs that are available on ANEOFM, AJOFM, or any other types of such platforms. But this is probably going to take them a lot of time.
And don't you think that it's only 90 days time period? Once they have to find a new employer, once this new system comes in place in August, if somebody, as I mentioned in the start, fires an employer fires an employee at 10th of August, or let's say 15th of August, that guy has only 90 days more left, and probably he will never be able to find an authorized employer.
Yes.
Plus, if it's authorized, but that employer is not of his domain in which he was working, for example, a horeca.
Yes.
If he's working in a restaurant, but he never finds an authorized person or employer in let's say in restaurant, but he finds in construction, he will never go in construction. So what it will leads to him become an illegal person, right?
Yes. This is what will happen. They will remain illegal with obligation. This is a good question, actually. Who is going to bear the fault for the deportation and for the cost of the government for people
Romania
that left prior to the actual registration on the platform? On 7 August, nobody will take responsibility.
No, but probably if that guy did not bring that person from zero, maybe it was also schimbare angajator before.
For sure. Who will take?
Government of Romania, because this law was not implemented.
For sure, it will not retroactivate. It will start after 7th of August.
After 7th of August.
But
so
after 7th of August, they will be illegal if they cannot find it within the deadline.
Yes. So it's a very big, let's say, a loophole.
I see another problem that we discussed. Let's say you are a foreigner looking for a job. Your best scenario would be to go to recruitment agencies and register there. But right now, because of how the law is made, the law doesn't allow the recruitment agency to take money from you as a foreigner, commission for finding a job. That means that you as foreigner are not obliged towards me to go to the job that I find for you. But if you come to me, I start looking for job, I talk to a company, but you will not come eventually to me. I will lose my credibility in front of
Exactly.
that company, because they will not wait for me to find another one and another one. If 3 people in a row change their mind, what will that Romanian company do with the workforce, you know?
Yes.
And here we are not talking about unqualified people, because unqualified is the easiest part. You can immediately give them away to companies. What if you are qualified? What if you
Exactly.
are a cook and that restaurant actually needs you, or you are an engineer, or you are someone that particularly that company needs your qualifications? If I myself as a recruitment agency cannot link you to me,
Yes.
oblige you towards me contractually that you go to the job that I find for you, and if I don't charge money from you, I cannot oblige you,
No.
then I cannot rely on you as recruitment agency.
Yes. I can go to 5 out of
Yes,
5. Any option that I like, that is the
yes,
best, that is near to my home workplace, I will go to them. You probably find a place for me in Pipera. I said, hey, why do I go to in Pipera
yes,
every day? Once I can find here in Afi Palace. Right?
exactly. So if I were a recruitment agency, how can I trust you as foreigner that you will do the needful? Because think the following. If I'm a recruitment agency, the financial obligation is with me. If
Yes.
you leave, if you run away, if you do any prejudice, I'm the one paying.
Exactly.
Also, if I am a company authorized and you come to me, I hire you. If you do anything that's out of the box, I pay 3,000
3,000
euro.
euros.
But how much time will I make profit? 3,000 euro with you as an employee. I wouldn't
You will
take
never.
foreigners.
No. In the same way with the agency, for example, you are an agency, I come to you, you don't charge me anything. Okay. I become your responsibility
Yes.
automatically because you provided me the job, and
Yes.
I do bullshit. I do everything that I want. You are responsible behind me. You, if I don't want to work, I come to you. Gata. I don't have work. Provide me accommodation and food.
Yes, and also we talked about another loophole in terms of how the agencies will take people from home countries of the foreigners. I didn't see it covered, and I mentioned that the law is very hard to read and understand, and there are lots and lots of details. But I will continue to read it until I'm sure that I did understand what they want to say. But I didn't see what happens with the recruitment, Romanian recruitment agencies in relation to the hometown recruitment agencies, because you as a Romanian will not go to Nepal, Sri Lanka, India to do the recruitment by yourself.
First, to do by yourself from those countries and
Yes.
then come back. Once you're not here, there are problems back in the country. Once the ones who are already here that you brought, they are
Yes.
creating problems. So
And I also have a question, because as a lawyer, I must ask, if I am a recruitment agency, I take people from Nepal, for instance, I have to sign a contract with the agency in Nepal.
yes.
Because they are providing me people. This was always the question: who is paying who? Is the Nepal agency paying the Romanian agency for giving manpower requests, or am I paying the Nepal agency for sending me people? I believe that the Nepal agency will pay the Romanian agency for giving them manpower.
Yes.
What will happen?
Providing them the demand.
Exact, providing them with the demand. But what will happen, in my opinion, is that the recruitment agency will bear a large amount of financial guarantees for each person. That means that the commissions or price that the Nepal company or Sri Lanka, India, whatever Pakistan company from hometown will pay to the Romanian company will have to be higher. That means that the financial burden will not be on the most financial burden will end up also on the foreigner, because the agencies from the home countries will have to request more money from the foreigners to cover expenses that an authorized employer or a recruitment local agency will have to bear in the scenario if that person is leaving.
Yes.
Because how it will be, a Romanian company will say, I want people, but If they run away, you have to give me money. How will you give me money? Legally, you can't, because the law doesn't allow you. That means that a lot of illegal money will have to be brought into the country in different other methods, so that they give the money to the Romanian companies, so that in the end they be able to ask for more workforce.
Yes.
It makes sense. This is how I see it. In the end, it's all about money.
And a lot of probably black money.
Of course, because if the law doesn't allow you to sign a contract commission based,
But it's not mentioned in the law that you cannot make a contract between two companies.
between the companies, it is not mentioned. So my opinion is that, and I encouraged all the time recruitment agencies to sign contracts with the local hometown recruitment agencies and bring the money into Romania legally. Because nobody can tell you if a certain amount is too much or too less in comparison to the services. As long as you are transparent and you pay taxes for it, no authority can say you are doing illegal things. But if you take money and you don't declare, this is illegal. But what is right now illegal is the possibility for the Romanian recruitment agency to collect commission from the foreigner for work.
Yes.
That means that on one hand, of course, it's wonderful. You as a foreigner don't have to pay for finding a job. But the question is, how can I link you, foreigner, to me as a recruitment agency, so that you are obliged to accept the offer and go to the employer that I find for you?
Yes. So I guess this is not, of course, the final part of it. These things will modify over and over again.
I think myself as a lawyer, I'll have a lot of work going to court against all kinds of authorities and immigration and also Romanian employers and also recruitment agencies and so on, because I don't see how it will end up positively.
Probably it will take 2-3 years to modify even this draft that they have, because of course once it's in force, it cannot be changed tomorrow, right? Once it's forced, it will stay for a while, like a year or two, until anybody, if they see those black dots, black spots from which people are taking advantage of it, and until they realize, then they take action. And of course it will stay at least 1 to 2 years like this. People have to suffer, employers have to suffer. That's how it will be.
Yes, more loopholes have to be proven, loopholes that will probably lead to a lot of court cases, and afterwards they will have to do the same.
Yes.
Try to modify it. But unfortunately, although I was waiting for a change in immigration activity, because I also am against abuse and too much formalities, because one thing is sure, the Romanian employers need workforce and the foreigners need protection against the Romanian employers. So
yes,
it has to be somehow balanced.
Balance, yes. For example, the best solution is this, that they are trying to minimize the risk of abuse from the employer side.
Are they?
According to me, what I see, yes, they are trying to put all the penalties to the employer, right? If they are authorized. Otherwise, they are trying to put all the hardships on the agency, so that one day they will just go there and try to catch them. Okay, because of you brought that person, you are responsible for him. That guy did this thing wrong. Since you are Romanian, you cannot leave. You are European citizen, you cannot leave from this country. Ultimately, even if you leave by doing something wrong,
it's easier
to trap.
Be liable.
Yes, and then ultimately you will be caught. So they want to minimize the risk for the state only. For the institutions, for the state, yes, they want to,
the financial burden is being shifted.
Yes, that's it. But they also have to keep in mind that, okay, once they implement this law, as you mentioned, that if somebody comes to you and he doesn't want to pay a single thing to tie to you because he wants to get a job through you, any contract or any financial, of course, on the other hand, let's say if somebody does and takes money, job from you, but later on he becomes your responsibility for what?
Yes, but the idea is that in Romania, in order for a contract to be valid, it has to have a price.
Yes.
Okay.
A price, for example,
It doesn't matter. A contract without a price is not valid.
yes. For example, the foreigners who are living here in Romania legally, right now, they are not the responsibility of the employer, right? Okay, they are one way or the other responsibility of the employer until this law implements. Okay, you register an agency. That guy wants to change the job. You bring that guy into your quota of 250 people that you have deposited 75,000
Yes.
euros out of mercy or out of his conditions, and then he becomes your responsibility. He doesn't want to work, you have to pay for him, you have to provide accommodation for him.
Yes.
You have to teach language of 6 months courses,
Yes.
2 hours per day, I guess. I do not know how many hours are per week, sorry. You are taking a foreigner who is already here in Romania into your quota of 250,000 euros, of 75,000 euros and 250 people, and that person is becoming your responsibility. Agency will never do it without any money.
But they can't. This is what I'm saying.
This is what I say.
That-
Without any money, you will never take a foreigner who is already existing here in Romania to be your responsibility.
But for me, it's even hard to explain how impossible this is, because, first of all, from the data protection point of view, you come to me as a recruitment agency, I have to register you, I have to take your personal data. Under what type of contract do I do this? You just enter my database,
Yes.
and when I have a job suitable for you, I call you and you come. What if you already find a job? Or what if you are no longer interested?
Exactly.
Or how can I oblige you to go to that job?
Exactly.
I can't even take you in my database.
So this means that the people who are already here in Romania, they are stuck wherever they are.
I think that this is what they are trying to do, so that people that are already here go
Since
directly.
they were moving a lot, one way or the other,
Yes.
stanga drafta, left, right, all the time. You know, if Romanian government had to issue 100,000 work permits, they were issuing 300,000, because 100,000 from zero and 200 from Romania, 200,000 from
Yes.
Romania only. So they want to even probably, it is one of the way, it is one way, it is a good thing to stop this movement. Plus, they are also taking their independence.
Why? Because you are free to move wherever you want as a citizen inside Europe. There is called the mobility of work.
Yes.
Why am I obliged to stay with you, employer, if I don't like you for more than one month or 2 months or 3 months? No, I can leave whenever I want. That's why I have the notice.
Yeah, this is the problem. How many foreigners, with being very honest, you tell me, you met many people, right, who are
Yes.
in the trouble.
Yes.
Who gave that notice of 30 days or démission, how you call it, resign?
Resign.
Tell me how many people did from the foreigners.
Few resigned.
You know?
Very
Because
few. And those that
maybe
resigned,
1% only,
resigned
Andreea.
under the pressure of the employer.
Yes, only the ones who
Yes.
pressurized the employer. By themselves, they never did.
No, it's true. It's true. Now, what I'm saying is that I believe that the people that are already on the market have to go towards authorized employers.
Still, there's 3,000 euros that employer already is in problem
but they are
with this guy.
they are the government. My opinion is sending whoever is on the market towards authorized employer, not towards recruitment agencies. And the recruitment agencies have to go towards people from outside of Romania.
Yes.
But think that, as you mentioned, if my license of 70,000 euro it's gonna be suspended for 20% people that got the visas rejected or that lose the work permit and so on, that means that I'm at the mercy of workers.
Yes.
So I don't see how it will turn in a positive manner.
Yes. I told you that.
I am very worried about this change, to be honest.
Yes, it is very, how you say, unclear.
What makes me even worried is that a lot of people seem to be happy with whatever is happening. And this means that either they don't understand
They do not understand it.
the consequences, or they are just doing this from being mean, let's kill the entrepreneurs, let's kill the intermediaries, let's kill everyone,
Yes.
But in the end, this will only bring blockages.
This will bring blockage plus a lot of problems for foreigners.
So I don't see advantages neither for the Romanian employers, nor for the foreigners, nor for the recruitment agencies. The only ones benefiting from this, the only one is the Romanian government.
Yes.
In terms of taking more and more money from everyone. Look here, they are taking money from employers, they are taking money from agencies, they are taking money even from foreigners. Think that now. Of course, some got only advertisement, as we call it, with the registration for the amnesty.
Yes.
Lots of people go to the immigration right now, and when they see the number of days, some immigration officers give fines. Some even conditioned coming the next day with the proof of the fine in order to release the document that they are accepted in the system for the amnesty. So the government now is taking money from whoever wants and can. This is the main problem, and not to forget.
You know what I've been thinking from long time? How many foreigners who will be able to get...
No, I see the name and it's all clear. When you see the last name on the last page, you understand why is this happening. It's a distraction of the business, whatever it means.
For example, the foreigners who are coming, they're actually helping Romanian economy.
Okay. Yes, I believe so. The same.
They are paying taxes. Those taxes they are never gonna get back from the state.
You will not benefit from pension.
Yes. So they are actually coming and helping your economy. All you have to do is put more force on enough and let the companies to pay the state taxes. That's
I believe that if you explain this to a child, they might understand more than if you explain this to the politicians or to the ones that created these laws.
If everything is with an agenda. Andreea,
of course.
It's not that they do not understand. Okay? Let's be clear on it.
I wanted to discuss just a few about the level of sanctions. So, apart from the guarantees that a Romanian authorized employer or agency has to pay, for each fault, they have to pay sanctions between 5,000 euro and 8,000 euro per sanction.
Sanctions means,
for instance, if you take illegal commission from a person to find a job,
okay,
sanction between 5,000 to 8,000 euro.
Okay.
If, for instance, you use people, I see it here, it's not necessarily clearly, we have to look exactly.
So we make a new video over it.
We make a new video, I'll come with the list for sanctions. But the idea is that there is no sanction less than 5,000 euro and it's around maximum 8,000 euro. So apart from these guarantees, any Romanian employer has to be very careful in order not to attract.
It's minimum 11,000 euros that somebody have to pay to the state.
This is my opinion.
Per foreigner.
If you want to hire a foreigner right now under the new law, you have to put aside 10,000 euro. 11,000 euro for each foreigner.
Yes. So who will take the responsibility? And that is only one sanction that we mentioned.
I would ask another question just to end this. If the ones that remain on the market are the biggest players, I would ask myself as a Romanian government, how they made so much money? How the biggest recruitment agencies on the market that remain right now made their money? Did they make the money clean or through the same system? I would ask this. Because you put on a pedestal the biggest players, but you don't look how they made their money.
I wish I knew them. If I knew them, I would have answered you. Because I have never seen their lifestyle. I have never seen them by face. If I would have seen them, I would have been honest with you.
Well, you'll have the opportunity in the next months to see exactly who are the biggest players on the market.
Wow. Then we will have next podcast and I'll mention them there.
Yes.
Okay, so guys, we mentioned in this podcast that the people who want to change their employer here in Romania, the ones who are working in Romania being legal, it's gonna be very difficult for you guys, unfortunately, to change the job. No agency will take your responsibility that if you are not working, they will have to provide you the food and accommodation. No employer wants to risk their 3,000 euros over you once they know that you turn out to be a good worker or not. So please try to be
More stable.
and work properly.
Yes. And
Have
for
an-
the time being, remain where you are.
Yes, for the time being, try not to change your employer because it's gonna be very, very difficult. And I hope that companies do not fire people. If companies fire people, those people are going to be in big trouble. But if you are voluntarily trying to change the job, better you stay where you are, even if
And-
it's hard for you.
And if companies try right now to terminate your contracts, do not sign anything without checking with a lawyer, because a lot of people, foreigners, will be fired right now under different premises just in order for those companies not remain with the obligation. And this will lead to the possibility of us, lawyers, cancelling the termination of the contracts if they are not done properly with the proper procedure that it is according to the labor code. So don't sign
Yes.
anything unless you check with the lawyer so that you make sure that your termination of contract is legal.
Yes. So if you want to check other videos in which we already talked about the agency, that how we can register an agency here in Romania, about who can be the authorized employer, how you can find authorized employer, and all these things. Please keep supporting Real Ijaz Hussain on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. Thank you very much. Have
Thank
a
you
nice day.
also.
Thank you, Andrea.
Thank you.